Coming up, a fatal bar shooting in downtown Flagstaff this past weekend. Plus, an Arizona owl population is at risk of becoming an endangered species. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm Liam Combs.
And I'm Matt Kienitz. Thanks for tuning in.
Arizona's smallest raptor, the cactus pygmy owl, could be possibly facing endangerment. NAZ Today's Richard Espinoza explains.
Thank you, Liam. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services is submitting a proposal to list the cactus pygmy owl as a threatened species under the Endangered Species Act. Climate change, as well as the invasive species, are contributing to the population decline. The cactus pygmy owl plays an important role in reducing the rodent population in the desert. Tara Harris, the conservation director at the Phoenix Zoo, says there are a lot of factors that are causing the pygmy owls to inch towards endangerment.
There are a number of factors that have led to the pygmy owl's decline. Climate change is certainly one of them. We expect that it's going to create less suitable conditions for the owls in the future. Also invasive grasses, including buffalo grass.
Conservation organizations such as the Arizona Game and Fish Department are working through strategies to reduce the population decline. Sean Lowry, the regional project supervisor for Tucson's Game and Fish Department, says the species has a history of going on and off the endangered species list.
Efforts of keeping tabs on the population throughout the years, monitoring changes in this population range, and also working with our partners with the captive breeding program and trying to augment known populations. That's what the department's primarily been focused on with our conservation partners.
He says the latest proposal will be implemented by the end of the year. Larry Phoenix with the Flagstaff branch of the Game and Fish Department says it's more important than ever to contribute to wildlife conservation.
The Arizona Game and Fish Department is solely funded by the sale of fishing and hunting licenses. It does not receive any tax dollars from like any other state agency. And because of that, anyone that purchases a fishing or a hunting license is contributing to wildlife.
To purchase a fishing or hunting license and contribute to conservation efforts, head over to azwildlifehero.com. Richard Espinoza, NAZ Today.
One man is in custody for a shooting outside of a Flagstaff bar. 26-year-old Frankie James Jackson was shot during a fight on Sunday outside of Collins Irish Pub and Grill. Jackson died later that day, and police arrested 26-year-old Trayshawn Ware, who now faces second-degree murder charges.
We're in the middle of March, which means it's tax season. Today's tax tip: watch out for fraud. It is easy to believe that a link through email or text is legitimate, but the IRS does not operate that way. Agent Brian Watson says don't become a victim.
The IRS does not send emails. The IRS does not send text messages. IRS is very old school in that if the IRS needs to get a hold of you, has any questions, you're going to get a letter in the mail.
For more tips and information, check out irs.gov.
Arizona will now have a deeper background check for those who want to work in state nursing care facilities. Governor Doug Ducey signed the bill Friday. Ducey says nursing facilities deserve accountability. The bill prohibits people with violent felony convictions or a history of criminal financial fraud from working in nursing homes. In other news tonight, what started off as a small side gig ended up becoming a small empire located on Route 66. Eddie Aguilar brings a Mexican tradition to Flagstaff, tamales. NAZ Today's Hannah Ware joins us now in the studio with more.
Thank you, Liam. The owner of Tamales USA, Eddie Aguilar, started his family-run business at the start of 2019. It all started when he felt the need to bring a piece of home to Northland.
I kind of saw the need for something like this in Flagstaff. You know, it's something that I grew up on. I'm from Mexico City originally, and you can find tamale stands anywhere.
In order to bring that authentic Mexican taste, Aguilar and his son start cooking days in advance.
It's a whole week process. We start prepping on Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and we start rolling out on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
What started out as a side gig has quickly become a staple for many Flagstaff natives, including Noelia Rivera.
At the beginning, I was kind of curious because it was like, oh, they're selling tamales and it's on the street. But, well, why not, to try? And we tried and we love it.
Since founding Tamales USA, Rivera and her family dedicate Sundays to stocking up.
They know what they're doing for sure because they're delicious.
Flagstaff is such a great community, and it's been well accepted. It's been fun and busy.
Hannah Ware, NAZ Today.
Tomorrow we'll celebrate the first open-air market of 2022 with the Spring Veggie Festival. This event will take place at NAU's University Union dining expansion from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event is free and will have free food as well as healthy recipes and resources. The Coconino Humane Association is nearly at full capacity, so now is the time to adopt a new pet.
NAZ Today's Michaela Richardson introduces us to this week's Pet of the Week.
This week, I met Marley, a friendly 7-year-old Border Collie mix. Don't let her age fool you. Even at 7, Marley is a very energetic dog. In fact, that's why she's at the Humane Association.
She's in the shelter with us because she was too much energy for the previous owners.
Even still, Marley seems to have a wonderful personality and is comfortable around all ages.
Very nice dog, very high energy. She loves to be around people, loves to show off.
Though she loves people, Marley feels a little differently about dogs.
She also doesn't much care for other dogs, so she needs to be in a home where she's going to be the only dog.
It's suggested that the family who adopts Marley lives in a home with a large backyard and parents that can match her energy.
She's going to need somebody who's going to be able to have a yard for her to run around in, and somebody's going to be able to run her around.
Marley is perfect for walks.
She does very well walking on the leash. She really likes to be walked around, likes to go on the leash, and likes to be able to run around in the yard.
Marley has high spirits and even higher hopes that she will meet her forever family soon. Her adoption fee and shots have been paid for, so there will be no fee to adopt once you determine she is perfect for you. To adopt her, go to the Coconino Humane Association or go online to coconinohumane.org. Michaela Richardson, NAZ Today.
Coming up, President Biden's choice for the Supreme Court faces another day of hearings in the Senate. Also, Russian forces bomb protesters in Ukraine. Stay with us.
I got some exciting news for you Flagstaff natives. It's been a little bit of a tease this 2020 year. What I mean by that is one day we have some snowfall, next day sunny, and we keep going back and forth. And I just like to say I don't really appreciate it. We will be seeing some sunny skies, clear skies. Temperature is hitting almost 70 degrees, just at 71 degrees, and we will be seeing those clear skies and slight winds, a slight breeze, but nothing too crazy. I'll have more after the break.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
we discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things,
but they're all pure love.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch!
Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The White House is sounding the alarm that Russia is plotting to unleash a crippling cyber attack on the United States, and the Pentagon says they're seeing clear evidence that Russian forces are committing war crimes in their lethal invasion of Ukraine. CNN's Cole Higgins has the latest, and we must warn you, some of these images and subject matter in this story are extremely graphic and may be difficult for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Protesters run for their lives as Russian forces open fire on them in the once peaceful streets of the now Russian-occupied Ukrainian city of Kherson. Blood spills on the street as people try to help a man struck by the gunfire. In the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv, flames and smoke rise from the rubble of what was once a bustling shopping mall. A lethal Russian airstrike has now decimated it, leaving behind a shell of a building, mangled vehicles, and blowing out the windows of nearby buildings. In the city of Mariupol, a Ukrainian officer there says bombs are falling every 10 minutes. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the city is being reduced to ashes.
Fighting around Mariupol is fierce, but remains at this point isolated. It remains a high priority for Russia because it would provide President Putin with a land bridge to Crimea and cut off Ukrainian forces there.
President Biden is now warning of evolving intelligence that Russia could conduct malicious cyber activity against the United States.
The magnitude of Russia's cyber capacity is fairly consequential, and it's coming. The federal government is doing its part to get ready.
There's still much more we need to do to have the confidence that we've locked our digital doors, particularly for the critical services Americans rely on.
I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
The long days of questioning from the Senate Judiciary Committee directed at Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson have begun in the confirmation hearings of Judge Jackson to the Supreme Court. Karen Kafa reports from Washington.
Day 2 of confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson, and senators wasted no time zeroing in on the most important issues.
The issue involving child pornography. I want to turn to that issue because it was raised multiple times, primarily by the senator from Missouri. And he was questioning your sentencing record in child pornography cases.
As a mother and a judge who has had to deal with these cases, I was thinking that nothing could be further from the truth.
Pressing Jackson on her judicial philosophy.
I am acutely aware that as a judge in our system, I have limited power, and I am trying in every case to stay in my lane.
Her thoughts about expanding the Supreme Court beyond 9 justices.
In my view, judges should not be speaking to political issues, and certainly not a nominee for a position on the Supreme Court.
And her work as a public defender representing detainees at Guantanamo Bay.
That's what you do as a federal public defender. You are standing up for the constitutional value of representation.
On Capitol Hill, I'm Karen Kafa.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
I just found out my work party is a +1. You want to go? This is my boss, Ella.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
You're welcome. Nope, I'm high. But I'll clean the kitchen while you're gone.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Welcome back to NAZ Today, guys. My name is Hannah Ware, and I'll be your student weather forecaster for the night. Currently looking at our temperatures, which is around 6 p.m. We are seeing a 50-degree average, and our barometric pressure is slightly above 30 at 30.17, which is explaining why we're seeing those sunny skies. We can also see, northeast winds pushing about 5 miles per hour, which explains that slight breeze we are seeing today, and we'll actually see an example of that here in our current satellite. Just takes a moment. Sorry about that, a little malfunction. So we can see those winds pushing in this region like this right here. Sorry about that. So that's going to be affecting the valley of Arizona, but not too much in that northern Arizona region at all. As we can see for our daily almanac, we do see a high of 51 with a low of 27, right around those averages. And even though those averages for the lows are looking pretty low, below freezing, that's nowhere near our record lows. We can see in these past few weeks, we have seen almost negative degree temperatures. Today, -1 in 1952. So 1950 did have quite the cold front, but we're not seeing any of that right now. We haven't seen any precipitation today, so we are seeing our average since January 1st at 2.3 inches, well below that average, which is almost hitting 6 inches. Now, that might not mean too much for us now since it is pretty wet outside. However, that could foreshadow the rest of our spring and even summer. And I say that because we will be seeing some potential for dry fire as camping season and backpacking and bonfires do approach. As we look for the high temperatures all around northern Arizona and even the outskirts of that, Phoenix, you are a outcast today, 81 degrees. Las Vegas, Kingman, and Sedona area, you guys are seeing high mid 60s. And then in that Grand Canyon, Flagstaff, Hopi region, you guys seeing our low 50s as you are in a higher region. Heading into tonight, we will see a low of 27 degrees. And I can finally say for the first time in a long time that our sunset is past 6:30 at 6:40 p.m., which means by the time that I get out of here, it will still be kind of nice and bright out. As we head into tomorrow morning, we will see a high of 58 degrees, sunny skies, and a sunrise at 6:26 a.m. And then as we head into tomorrow for our highs and lows, we will see in Phoenix a high of 80 with a low of 53. We will see a slight breeze in the morning, but that'll fizzle out throughout the day. Lake Havasu, high of 79, but you do have a wind advisory tonight that might carry through into tomorrow. And we can also see right here in Show Low, you guys are another outcast just like Phoenix with the lowest temperatures with the low of 55 as your high. As we head into the rest of the weekend, on Wednesday we will see a high of 58, but those warm temperatures won't really start until later on Thursday when we see a high of 67. That'll slowly increase Friday and Saturday, and Sunday we will see 67 degrees. Now that is all we have for weather right now, but stay tuned after the break for sports with Lindsay Ridgway.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm Lindsay Ridgway, and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. Last week, I had the opportunity to do an interview in our very own studio with University of California, Berkeley football signee and Flagstaff High School senior Nick Morrow to see what he is looking forward to these next 4 years. Take a look. Flagstaff High School senior Nick Morrow is known in Flagstaff for being a Morrow brother, basketball and football player, student section leader, but most recently for being the first scholarship recipient out of Flagstaff to go to a Power 5 school in 15 years, when he signed to play at University of California, Berkeley, starting in the fall of 20.
Cool, because just growing up, you never really saw anybody do it, and it just kind of made you think like, oh, our town's too small, we might not be able to. And then being able to do it just feels really good. And I think my size kind of helps a little bit, and then just working hard and on and off the field, no matter what, like never really taking a play off and just staying motivated.
Nick says he has been playing football since he can remember. Brett and Josh, his older brothers, are who encouraged him to love the game, but the little brother eventually surpassed, making his own name for himself.
To being who I am and not trying to live up to what they were and like the reputation that they left behind, and just trying to be myself.
8 years old, Nick said when he lost the playoffs with his team, he knew he never wanted a world without football in it, and that is what has driven him to where he is today. If you could go back to the 8-year-old kid that lost the playoff game and knowing where you are now and knowing where you're going to be, what would you say?
Just keeping like consistent, even though I might not be successful just overnight. Just keep working at it, and one day we'll get there.
Nicole Morrow, Nick's mom, expressed nothing but gratitude for the people that have gotten Nick here and how proud she is of him and everything he will accomplish.
And for what he's done, and for, just standing up and saying, hey, this is Flagstaff, and we might be a small town, but great things can come here, and setting an example for other kids. So I'm really happy for him. Lindsay Ridgway, NAZ Today. I had a great time having the chance to sit down with Nick and hear all about his future plans, and I wish him all the luck with everything he does next. Moving on to NAU sports, both the men and women's basketball seasons have concluded since the Big Sky Championship held in Boise the weekend of March 10th. While the men were close to an upset against Eastern Washington, they did end up losing 78-75, ending their season and hopes for an NCAA playoff round in the first round. The women, on the other hand, made it all the way to the Big Sky Championship game against Montana State. The Lady Jumberjacks came out blazing, beating number 5 Montana State in the quarterfinals, then continuing on the trend, beating Northern Colorado 72-67, leading them into the finals. Unfortunately, the Lumberjacks fell 75-64. Both the men and women's teams are now looking ahead to their summer camps for aspiring basketball players in the coming months. Well, that's all I have for you tonight for sports, but stick around after the break for your weather recap with Hannah Ware.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 88 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 1,000% increase in the last 40 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's recap that weather so we can plan to prepare as we head into a warming trend. Wednesday, we will see a 58-degree temperature, sunny skies, but that breeze will carry over into tomorrow, so we will feel a light breeze. However, on Thursday, that is the real kicker. Well, we will spike up about 10 degrees at 67 degrees and spike up to Friday, Saturday at 71 degrees, back down to 67 on Sunday. Now, I'm very excited for this weekend. I'm actually going to be heading out with our weather director, Tori Smith, to Sedona as we approach creek season. What are you guys doing back on desk?
That sounds like a lot of fun, Hannah. I might have to join you. What are you doing, Matt?
I might take a nice hike or maybe have a nice pool day.
Nice, nice. A nice hike sounds great. But that's all we have for tonight, folks. Make sure you check us out tomorrow night at 6 p.m., and we'll see you next time.
Good night.